No.
Live.
Are you whispering again? They're clowns moving on the bed again, no?
Oh no. That's so funny.
All right, we are live. Oh, and I got to mute the YouTubes. There's so many buttons. Welcome everybody. There's so many buttons. Oh my god. Here we are. Welcome to the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. This has been a really wonderful evening for the Red 5 Network. We've been on the tubes and on the microphone since 6 o'clock, 2 hours ago, man. We are hitting it big here. Thank you very much. Who's in the chat? We got a whole bunch of people in the chat, and I think that's partially thanks to our wonderful guests that we are bringing in a few minutes. But a couple of announcements. I just want to say happy 5 years to WSTR, 250 episodes. I was watching the stream last night, and they were talking, Todd and the gang were talking a little bit about the origins of WSTR and the whole radio thing, which I think was really cool. It makes me want to use my radio voice and say, gracias por llamar a WSTR Galactic Public Access. Por favor, deje un mensaje, por favor. So, congratulations to them. 5 years seems like a long time, but 5 years, Rogue One, the movie, also 5 years ago. So that's kind of cool. Very,
Very weird.
5 years goes like that.
Yep.
Dragon Buddies in the chat, Hectolorian, Lunar Girl, our friends from Red 5. Who else is in there? Kaylee, we got R2. The Frank. We got to thank you very much, the Frank, for joining us tonight. One of our patrons and one of our friends. We have to get back on the microphone with him to record some stuff. Mm-hmm. We have been behind trying to get some other shows off the ground, but yeah, right. I also on a Twitter space earlier today with Alan and some other sci-fi people. And they were telling me that you guys are doing a special show interviewing, other podcasts, talking about why we podcast, what our motivations are. Yep. What's that all about? Sounds like a great topic.
Yeah, we just wanted to get to know everybody and just kind of, we want to see why you do what you do, what drove you to do this. I know
motivations.
I definitely have my story. So
absolutely.
Well, that's good. I'm the first one he's going to interview. So.
Very nice, very nice. Another thing that we talked about on that sci-fi, there's a group of science fiction accounts that I follow. Follow the hashtag This Is Sci-Fi, and you'll get to see all the cool stuff that they do. But we were talking about old 80s TV sci-fi, like Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica, the original one, okay? If you're listening, Tabitha, the original one. What did I say? Buck Rogers, Space 1999. I want to do a show like that. So if you got, I think Hulu has a couple of them, but that should be a lot of fun. I'm trying to see if probably at the beginning of next year we do a series on old sci-fi TV from the 80s, which should be a lot of fun.
For me to be clueless again, like Star Trek.
Yeah, weren't you a fetus in 1980?
86.
Oh, there's something like that. All right, cool. What else? You got any other announcements? I want to bring out our crew, but tonight we're doing quick cuts, and thank you very much to Maria Geeky Crochet for submitting one of the questions, and Matt Skywalker. Thank you very much, guys, for submitting some of the topics that we're going to talk about. But any other assignments? Any other,
No, I left school a long time ago.
Yeah, you sure did. You need to go back.
No, please. Look who's talking.
Any other announcements? What else is going on in your life?
I'm going to be on Escape Pod tomorrow talking about Night Before Christmas.
Very nice.
I already have a bag set aside of pretty much almost everything that I own that has to do with Nightmare Before Christmas, and I did not realize I had so much.
Very nice.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then on Thursday doing the live stream with Alan, and we're going to be talking about my favorite thing for Christmas, which is Rankin Bass.
Oh, cool. A lot of childhood memories there. That's great. That's great. All right. Well, without further ado, we're going to play this wonderful countdown, get some stuff going, and push some more buttons. But we'll see you guys in 30. We'll bring out our guests, and we'll get to meet them, say hello, and talk a little nerdy stuff. What do you say, Shanti?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
I love it when I see people dancing to our countdown backstage. Tabitha, I saw you. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
We have the crew of Inside the Booth here, and we're doing a special Quick Cuts show with you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. I want to go around the table and say hello to everybody. Starting next to me on that side, Matt, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
and
Internet.
Hello, interwebs. Thank you so much. We're gonna have a good time tonight. And Dreaming Tabitha, I've been following you for a while. Thank you very much. Thank you all you guys for joining us. Say hello.
Oh, well, hello, and thank you for following me.
I like your art and I like your gingerbread.
Yes.
Classic.
Probably without any context, that sounds really weird.
Exactly.
Houses, guys. Nerd gingerbread houses.
And Dan, you reminded me before we went live that there's a lot of buttons to push, and boy, sure there are. How you doing, man?
Right. Doing good. How's everybody doing? Everybody out there,
Fantastic.
Cruz, let's give them wing hugs.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Very nice. So, before we get to actually the topics, I wanted to ask you guys, tell us a little bit about Inside the Booth. What do you guys do? How do you do it? And who do you do it with? Who wants to start?
What?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll start. It's all three of us. We actually have a fourth person that'll be coming on a little later, I'm guessing.
He's the ghost.
The ghost. The ghost from Canada.
Yes.
There you go.
Some inside jokes there. And, well, what we do is we review movies. We interview, but we call them inter-reviews because we're a review podcast, I guess you could say. We try to review mainly movies, but we do other things too. We've actually done a tasting cereal, which
nice.
was a lot of
Before
fun.
my time, obviously.
Yeah, it was before your
I
time.
didn't know that.
That was before my time, too.
Scroll all the way down when you look at our stuff. And you'll
We might
find
need
some
to do
other
that
stuff.
again.
You said
That
bring it
sounds
back.
fun.
That's right.
Podcast
So
or
you
stuff? Sure.
You reviewed like the taste of cereal. Like what were some of your favorites?
Well, the one that we did was the Mandalorian cereal.
Oh God.
Did it taste like
We
magic?
thought it would be a big hit, but you know.
Back in the 80s, Star Wars released a whole bunch of cereal. Obviously now they have Grogu. You mentioned the Mandalorian, but we also had the C-3PO cereal. I have an inkling that all those cereals taste exactly the same from back then to now.
Yep. More of like a Kix taste to it. Yep.
Yeah.
Mellows. Yep.
Right.
That's about
Well, that
it,
sounds like fun.
Oh, it was interesting.
Only as long as
Nice.
it turns the milk
At least,
blue.
but,
Otherwise, it's not authentic.
Right.
There you go.
Really happy
Now
experience.
that's giving ideas, Tabitha. Don't you know?
Oh,
You
sorry.
better patent that before they take it from you.
Oh, here's a good question from one of our another one of our patrons. Who would win in a fight? Lucky to the death, Lucky, or I'm assuming Lucky Charms or Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch is still alive?
I'm gonna go with Lucky.
I'm gonna go with Lucky.
I would go with Lucky too.
I
He
think
has
I would have
magic.
to do the
Exactly.
opposite. I think Captain Crunch would win, just because he's a pirate and he's got a pirate ship. He's got
And he
he's-
damages the roof of your mouth too.
Yes, he does.
That's right.
So I mean,
Sure does,
His greatest
sure does.
weapon.
Keep it
Greatest weapon.
crunchy, everybody.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta let the milk soak it for like 15 minutes, and then you'll be
There
good.
you go.
I think it's got to
Maybe.
soak longer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it has a substance that coats it from getting soggy.
They're like rocks. But tell me, how did you guys get into podcasting, YouTubing, content creating?
Let's see here. Well, first we started off. I guess long story short, we first started off doing movie reviews with me and my brother, and then we decided one day, which was probably a year and a half ago or so, we decided, hey, let's start doing live shows. That would be fun to do. And then we kind of liked it, and we were kind of feeling out what we're supposed to be doing or what people like to watch and stuff. And we started, and the main thing was interviewing or reviewing people was what brought us to our, I guess, connections. To make a bigger community of it, and that's pretty much it, I think. So
Very nice. Very nice. And we all get into this field to have fun. None of us do it to get rich, but we count our blessings with the community that we built, and I'm sure that you guys have found out the same. We have also obviously found out the same.
Yeah.
Being part of this little network that we put together here with Red 5, and a lot of friends of the podcast and a lot of friends within the network. Really, it's kind of cool. It's I never thought, I started the podcast with a buddy of mine named Brad. He'll come on the show every so often. He's a military guy, so he doesn't have a lot of time anymore to podcast. But one of the things that, we started it at the tail end of 2019, right after Star Wars Celebration here in Chicago. And, we didn't know what we were going to expect. And it was just a wonderful surprise to see the podcast and the channel grow, and then have people, follow us and give us money and give us support. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful little community. Some problems sometimes here and there, but it's really great. I think it's a lot of fun. And like I said, we don't do it to get rich, but the richness that we do have are the followers and the friends that we make along the way.
that's right.
No, nicely done. I see what you did there. Beautiful.
See?
Proverbial.
See? It is. I'm deep like that. You'll see.
Don't encourage him.
That's why you dwell in
encourage
darkness
him.
back there. It kind of sets the mood, just kind of like, yeah.
Absolutely. And this is my third blue moon, so.
Oh God.
Nice.
But what else? Okay, so movie reviews, interviews, cereal.
Yep. Serious.
Is that that's what I'm hearing?
Yep. We started a show called Rumble Review, which basically we take a few movies and it's kind of like movie fights or whatever some people do.
Okay.
So we just take a few movies, we talk about it, hash back and forth, see why one might be not as good as the other one, and make
Usually
fun
they're
of
in
each
like
other.
a series or something
Yeah,
similar. Like
yeah,
we
like
did
a little
Sylvester
series.
Stallone movies.
Mhm.
We just
I like
recently
that.
did the Grinch. So we'll
Yeah,
like
yeah.
battle like which one's the best, It's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
And we mainly like to make fun of each other and say you're wrong, things like that. We gotta
Just
make
like
fun.
family.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Just like
right.
that.
Sounds familiar.
It's Thanksgiving
Just like family, of
every
course.
Sunday and Tuesday.
Right.
Yep.
That's funny.
Um,
Cool.
The Ghostbusters review was a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
was
Okay,
a
yeah,
fun one.
we did do
Yeah.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was
Oh,
yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and then we actually dedicated all of November for Ghostbusters because I guess I'm a big fan of it.
He's obsessed.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I guess I'm
He
a big
guesses
fan.
he's a big fan.
Right.
He's like, we
Yeah.
should make the whole month Ghostbusters. I'm like, okay.
I guess I'm a fan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's funny.
I might
uh,
not be anymore after that month.
Right. And then we just started another show a few months back called The Review, playoff words of The View, and we just make it an open panel and let everybody just come on and talk and hang out and just talk
That sounds
about
like fun.
geek stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Very
It's
nice.
so much better than The View.
Yeah.
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 Better
10
than The View.
times.
I'm sure it
So
is.
much better than A View.
Are there any movies that are coming up, or any TV series, or anything that is coming up that you guys are looking forward to?
I guess Spider-Man, right? I mean, everybody wants to see the Spider-Man one, so I guess that one.
That's the more relevant one
Damage
that we
to that.
trending one that we're gonna do in a couple of weeks. But we are gonna be talking some Hallmark movies soon.
Oh,
So I mean,
nice.
obviously that's gonna get everybody's attention. So
That's right.
Shanti
just
went to sleep.
just to see if they're all the same, like everybody says they are.
That's right.
Don't say Lifetime next. I'll really leave.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing, because Dan and I aren't. I don't know about Matthew, but Dan and I aren't really Hallmark people. But it's like,
I can't.
let's just
Well,
see.
my wife is, so I
Right.
kind of have to, watch it once in a while.
Right. I don't watch Hallmark movies, but they're all the late. I say they're all the latest rage, but they're not really the latest. It's just always the continuous rage. Every holiday season,
Yeah,
it's the
right,
continuous
right.
rage.
No, I think a
Basically
switch
the
flips
same.
at a certain age, and then you're just like required to watch Hallmark in Lifetime.
I guess I haven't hit that age apparently.
I haven't either. Like all of a sudden, my parents love it. Like, where did this come from? You never watched Hallmark, like ever.
Yeah, it's strange.
That's too funny.
Um,
So
yeah.
Shanti gets on my ass for always saying that's hilarious. So I'm going to
Yes.
say something other than hilarious. So if I start saying hilarious, I got to take a drink.
Yes.
You
can say jovial.
whatever. You can say whatever you want. It's your show.
See?
I thought it was our show. Okay.
Let's see here. And then as we went along, we obviously picked up a couple of people, which was Matthew and Tabitha. So,
Right.
Very
Dan
nice.
picked me
Yeah,
because
it's a
I
little
was
bit over a
female.
year now. I've been with you guys now.
yep. And then Tabitha,
How long-
7 months for me.
May, I think. Yep.
Oh, so you're the newbie.
I am. It's a beautiful story of how Dan found me. Yeah.
Yes.
He was.
It
I
is.
asked him one
Go
time.
ahead,
I'm like, "Why
Tabitha,
did you
you
pick
tell
me? I'm so honored to be on the show, and what made you pick me?" And he's like, "I don't know. We needed a girl."
That's what we told Shanti. That's what Brad and I did with Chantel. Yeah. We just needed a girl.
I
You
thought you
found
were
me
going
on
to go a little
Twitter.
bit more elaborate, but that's
Well,
all
that's
right.
those are, but I mean, that's really that's what you told me specifically. I mean, the real story is that I think because of like the whole Cara Dune thing, like he found me through Star Wars and stuff like that on Twitter, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to be on our show? We're going to do a Rumble review about the sequel trilogy," and that was my first step into the booth. And then since then, it just kind of Dan and I get along pretty well.
That's right. That's right. We fight like brother and sister.
Yeah.
Come on.
So when I actually asked him, "What made you choose me?" He's like, "I don't know. We needed a girl." I feel so special.
Hey,
It's
what about
It's a good
that?
reason.
So tell them that about the what was it? The Stargate situation there. You remember that? When I first talked to you about stuff, it was Stargate.
Oh.
Apparently she doesn't.
You didn't want to watch a certain season because of somebody.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
You
wasn't
don't-
sure if
okay.
Dan and I were really going to get along because not too long into me joining the group, we were having a group chat or something like that, or was it? I can't remember if it was alive or not. But anyway, I love Stargate SG-1, absolutely. But I cannot watch season 7 because I found out that one of my favorite characters dies, and that sucks. And so I'm just the type of person to just restart the whole series all over again and just not get past that. And Dan's like, just watch it. I'm like, what do you mean just watch it? You can't, like, this is, I was like, that'd be like, Princess Leia dying. Just watch it. Just get over it. He's like, it's just a fake character. I'm like, do you not understand fandom at all? Just watch it.
Jeez.
I don't think we could be friends. Man, he's like, it's not like she got shot in the face or anything. I'm like, she almost literally dead. Like, she just got blasted in the chest, left for dead. I don't want to see that. One day I will watch season 7. But it is not this day.
That's too funny. That's fantastic.
Oh, man. Heartless wretch over there. Heartless wretch.
So I mentioned quick cuts. So what we usually do on Twitter is we ask some of our followers to submit some questions, and we got a couple questions for tonight's show, and we'll just kind of go around, talk about the topic, and see what we think about it. I think our first one comes from Maria Geeky Crochet. She asked about our favorite soundtracks, and I wanted to ask you guys if you can. We all have our favorite, music from movies and soundtracks and things like that. But I wanted each one of you guys to see if you can hum your favorite song at this moment. Anything that comes to mind, something that's in your brain.
Shout to the heart, you're too late. Okay. Okay. Not a soundtrack, but this is what came to mind.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm sure that was in some movie somewhere, right?
I'm sure. Yeah, it was in How I Met Your Mother, but not quite a movie, but it's still cinema.
But anything come to mind? And what makes these soundtracks so special? What captivates us about movie soundtracks?
Do I actually have to hum mine?
Yeah, I don't.
Damn it! Yes.
It's not happening. I don't think I can.
What is it?
Lord of the Rings.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Lord of the
Very
Rings.
nice. Who's the composer on that?
Isn't it? It's not James Horner. Jim Shore. James Shore.
Howard Shore.
Howard Shore. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you. I can't too many composers, but yeah, Howard Shore. Yeah, I love his music. It's very inspirational, and I mean, like, you don't even really need to see the movies to enjoy the music, in my opinion, because it's so captivating and so dynamic and emotional that you can just create your own worlds with that kind of music, and it's long lasting. I mean, it's been like 20 years, and still you can just whip out the Shire music on a podcast.
In the Shy. No, that was something else.
I mean, that would be my top soundtrack, but I mean, I do have others, but that would be the top.
Well, you said something interesting, and it's something that I feel that a lot of people, well, I guess a lot of people do think the same thing. You can watch a movie and then you can listen to the soundtrack, and it's almost like watching the movie because it gives you certain, certain tones. It gives you certain. I mean, you can kind of picture the dialogue, even if you've seen the movie once or twice. But with us fans, I mean, it's we watch it more than once or twice. Obviously, we know the dialogue, we know the cues when we're listening to the music. But what is it about certain memorable pieces in films that that just click with us, especially us nerds? You talk about composers like John Williams, James Horner. These are composers that are like giants, but what is it about their music that just clicks with our community? What do you guys think?
I kind of already grew up with that music. Oh, go ahead. As the guests go.
I didn't want to interrupt anybody, so I think it's just because as speaking as an artist and all that, I think it's just because of the fact that creative people, skillful, talented people like John Williams and such, they have a way of honing their skills to tap into our emotions. And when they put it with a dynamic story, such as Jaws and Indiana Jones and things like that, you feel it. It's not just music that's in the background. I mean, plenty of us have watched movies and the music's great and it helps the story along, but it doesn't resonate with us on a more emotional level. I mean, like Jaws, you can feel the intensity and the fear that's coming, the terror that is upon you. And Indiana Jones, you've got that sense of adventure. It's not just music, but it's actually tapping into your emotions. And creative and nerdy people, we tend to gravitate towards that because we like stories that affect us on a deeper level, not just entertain us, but actually, because so many people look to Star Wars and Superman and things like that, and we want to aspire to kind of be or share these qualities that these people have. And I think for me, that's kind of what the music does. It kind of helps build that story and that character of the person.
Well said. Well said. The art of just filmmaking and cinema, like pure cinema, you've got every sense, all your senses working together. And you said it perfectly. The emotion that the music drives within you, it's, to use Snoke's word, it's an awakening. But it definitely plays on a deeper level. Shanti, what were you going to say before Tabitha?
Well, kind of to what she was going to say, and for me, it really triggers memories because for a lot of us, like you said, we've seen these movies over and over
Very
again.
true.
I've been watching a lot of these movies since I was a kid, so when I hear certain songs or certain musical scores, immediately it's not even just triggering a scene in the movie, it's triggering me to a time in my specific childhood when I watched that movie. Hook is a great example. Hook is one of my favorite soundtracks ever. I love that. All of John Williams, I've said it over and over, he's my entire childhood, so
Yeah,
it's more than just enhancing the movie.
Right.
absolutely. What about the rest of you guys? Agree, disagree?
Agreed. I believe, yeah, I would say agreed. What about you, Matthew?
Yeah, it adds texture definitely to the films, and the memory part as well. I mean, my favorite Disney movie is Aladdin. So like whenever I hear any Aladdin song, you just start humming it. Do 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 do. Make way for Prince Ali. So
I'm glad I'm not the only one singing.
Very nice.
All good.
Dan, you're next. You're next, Dan.
I'm next.
That's funny.
For
No,
me,
but you're right. You're right. Absolutely right. Go ahead, Dan.
For me, since I'm a creative person like Tabitha, it brings me into a creative mode. The music does. I'm not particular on which soundtracks I listen to or whatever, but when I do, it brings you to that creative spot in your mind where either when you're writing or when you're drawing or when you're doing something, it kind of makes you go to that place where you want to be, and then you just kind of do your thing, and
Puts you in the zone.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But definitely brings out like an emotional thing and stuff like that. I have a lot of soundtracks that I do like. Gladiator's definitely one of them.
Oh, yeah,
Braveheart.
that's a really good one.
Braveheart, I think, is probably my all-time favorite movie. So it's it's just that. The creative-
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard George Lucas say that you can watch Star Wars almost as a silent movie with just the soundtrack, and it's very true. You mentioned Gladiator, and that beginning. There's a song at the beginning of the Gladiator soundtrack, I think it's at the very start of the movie, which is, I mean, the entire soundtrack is just beautiful. It evokes, I don't know, just emotion. There's other people too that have described soundtracks and movies almost as their own character. Do you guys feel that way? Does it talk to you in the same way that a character delivers lines?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. You can, if you look at the movie The Fountain, that whole film is pretty much driven just by music by Clint Mansell. I saw that in theaters in 2006 during college, and I was just blown away, and I could not stop watching it over and over and over again. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film.
I got to write that down because I totally forgot about The Fountain. Yeah,
I would say that yes, that's true too. Film. It is. It's almost like it's its own entity because for example, I've never seen like all the Game of Thrones stuff. It's not on necessarily on my standard list there, but I happened to stumble across the music for I think it's season 6 on YouTube, and that to me is very impressive for a TV show also. Is the fact that they put a lot of effort into that music, and the music for season 6 is just dynamic. I mean, like I said, I don't even have to see the show to really know what's going on and to feel something. And so it is its own, like you said, it is really its own character because it's setting the stage for whatever's happening.
I would love to do an experiment and listen to a soundtrack and without seeing the movie, listen to the soundtrack and see if I can gather what's going on. Oh, did you? How did that go?
I did that with La La Land. I ended up listening to the soundtrack over and over before I watched the movie. I knew all the lyrics before I went to go see it. And I was able to somewhat gather what was going on, but it definitely made a lot more sense once I saw the movie.
What a neat idea, though.
But I did, and it was actually fun because then by the time I went to go watch the movie, I was able to sing along with the whole thing. So it made the experience more fun, actually.
That is really cool. We should do that one day. Pick a movie, just listen to the soundtrack and not know what the hell's going on. Any other favorites around the block here?
Well, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, but this is one of their favorite soundtracks, so pretty much any Tim Burton soundtrack. I love Edward Scissorhands. That's one of my It always shocks me when I hear people say that. It really does.
It just looked kind of weird.
So it's a great movie.
I'll have to give it a try.
It is weird.
I'll put it there with my Hallmark movies.
Give it a try, but it's
totally weird.
Tabitha, I don't know if it's your cup of tea. The way you said you don't like stop motion animation.
Oh,
I know. It's not that I don't like. I mean, I appreciate the work. It just kind of frustrates me to think about how those movies were made, the time that was put into it, and I can't not think about that when I watch stop motion.
2 years.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I did a 3-minute stop motion in high school, and it took me like a week and a half.
Yeah, see,
I believe that.
it makes my brain burn to think about that.
Yeah.
Well,
but
claymation is fun.
Yeah.
Do claymation. That takes forever.
Yeah, like what is that popular claymation movie, the Grommets
Gumby?
or
Wallace
besides Gumby. Yeah, Wallace.
Gumby. I love Gumby.
Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit.
The behind the scenes of stuff like that is just fascinating. The way the armature and the hardware that they use to animate them, the camera traps. We saw a little bit of it when they were animating the AT-ATs in Empire Strikes Back with Phil Tippett, which is always really cool to see. And I think it's work like that to me, I'll watch The Empire Strikes Back and it still looks really great. It still holds up. And I'm really happy that they didn't digitally enhance The Empire Strikes Back, especially with the special editions that came out. They just kind of left the work intact. So I'm really happy about that. Any other final thoughts on soundtracks and why they work so well with moviegoers?
Well, there are some that don't work so well, but those are not memorable movies either. So,
which ones?
I said there are some movies that don't work well, but they're not memorable movies either. So,
You know, the one thing that comes to mind is an old movie called Lady Hawk, which I think it was a popular band that did but it was all rock music, and it was just so off kilter that it didn't fit the movie.
But it did because it was the 80s and anything went. You know?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's the 80s.
Yeah, it's the 80s. Anything goes.
I wonder if A Knight's Tale was inspired by Lady Hawk just because of the music choices.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just abstract, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Right. All right, cool. Final thoughts? No? You good? Next topic. Thank you very much to Maria Geeky Crochet for the soundtrack topic. But the next topic, Matt Skywalker. Thank you very much, Matt Skywalker, for asking about Star Wars legacy characters and actors. The ability to recast some legacy characters in order to continue the stories. Obviously, we got Han Solo and Alden. I can never pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
And Alden E. Let's just call him Alden E. And recently
Not
with
Harrison.
Right, not Harrison. And recently with The Mandalorian, you had Max Lloyd Jones playing the body double for Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker. But we also had the actress that played Leia in Rogue One, that provided the special effects, actor for that. And then obviously, Carrie Fisher's daughter who played young Leia. But what do you guys think about recasting these legacy characters? Should we continue to tell stories with these characters with other actors, or should we just let the past die? What do you guys think?
I think it can go both ways.
You got to choose one, Dan.
Yes, I know.
Red pill, blue pill.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why I think it can go both ways is because, yes, it's hard to get characters or actors that are very similar, to find and whatever. But the reason why it can happen is because you can find somebody that can almost act or look like a person, but it's hard. It's hard to really think about, really. Like you said, the Han Solo thing. They should have. I don't know. It's
Spit it out, Dan. Spit it out.
Kind of cringy,
Say it.
but
say
at
it.
the same time, it's.
I'm not big on that movie.
okay.
Say it.
Yeah,
I'll be on your side.
I don't like it that much, but
Yeah.
I think it was the writing that was bad, not really the acting. But
Usually
at the same time, I think they could have gotten an actor who was a bit taller.
Yeah, I didn't buy
That
that.
it's just that guy's only 5'10", and Harrison Ford is 6'2". You can kind of see the difference,
It's
not.
That's Dan's biggest hang up, I think, with that film.
I think that is my biggest
well, he's
hang up.
not as imposing.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say the same thing about the height. The one thing
the
that
punk.
the one thing that bothered me, the voice wasn't there.
Yeah.
And obviously he's supposed to be a younger Han, but it didn't even he didn't even try to sound like Harrison Ford.
Han
and-
was already young in A New Hope anyway. So
Right.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, on Monday he talks like this, and then on Tuesday he's all manly like. It's like, no, I don't think
couldn't
so.
take him seriously as Han.
Yeah, he was
Well,
not.
I don't think
not a-
nobody
yeah.
can just replace Harrison Ford. I think we can
can't.
all agree that that
There's
is
certain-
an iconic
like I
actor
said,
that
there's
you
certain
just
people
can't.
that you can't replace. You're absolutely
Absolutely. And Harrison Ford is a wonderful example of just don't replace Harrison Ford. You just can't do it.
Right.
Harrison has a certain gravitas to his acting, a presence. There's a presence to him in every role. Every role that we've seen him in. Obviously, there was talk about replacing him for Indiana Jones. No, just don't do it. Yeah, I don't know. We've had conversations with our friend Dominic Pace actor on The Mandalorian, and he just, that's one of his inspirations. I mean, there's just a manliness to him,
Right.
and there's a quality to Harrison Ford that
He's got that
is unmatched.
carefree spirit too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of the opinion that I kind of want these characters to just rest
Now,
already, and let's move
with-
on to another chapter.
Right.
Yes.
That's true.
Very
Now
true.
with my opinion with the Mandalorian situation with what's his name playing Luke Skywalker, I think they should have just used him instead of doing I don't know what they did to his face, but it looks so strange. They should have just used the actor and that's it. Because I think he would have been a fine person to do the acting for that, I thought he
Max
would've been
Lloyd
good.
Jones. Yeah.
I
We
think he
got
would've- Isn't he the one that plays the Winter Soldier?
Oh
no, that's Sebastian
That's
Stan.
Yeah, that's Sebastian
Oh.
Stan.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was supposed to be the.
No, that was someone who
It
did
was
like
rumored.
a mock-up. Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome.
There he is.
We got a gnome on
The,
board.
the ghost.
we are now blessed.
We got a full house.
From the ghost.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things. I actually thought it was Sebastian Stan. That's why I think he would have been a good stand-in. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know the other actors.
His name is Max Lloyd Jones, and it would. I don't know if he looks. I think Sebastian Stan looks more like young Luke Skywalker than the actor that they used in The Mandalorian.
I agree.
But it would have been. I don't know if I would have liked to have just the actor play Luke Skywalker because it wouldn't be. I don't know. I think fans would have been like, "What? Who is this guy?" But obviously, it's another actor playing Mark Hamill or Luke Skywalker.
Right.
I think for me, it would have been it would have been strange. I like the fact that ILM and Star Wars pushes the envelope with technology. And somebody in the chat recently said that wait until the technology improves. Obviously, what they did with Tarkin and Rogue One was amazing. That was like one of their first major character recreations. They've been doing it with the MCU. Young Tony Stark in I forgot what movie it was, but that was pretty amazing. But I think once the technology gets up there, they probably could just bring these characters back to life using body doubles and things like that. They had a good start with Mando Luke. But David, we were just talking about our topic, talking about recasting actors in the Star Wars series with maybe bringing in new actors to play the roles of the characters that we know and love in Star Wars to continue their story, or should we just let them die and then just move on? Obviously, but I love technology, and if ILM perfects that tech, I'm all for it. I think it would be a lot of fun to see Luke Skywalker and Leia continue and see what they're doing during the time that we don't know what they're doing, obviously. But I'm all about the tech. I love the technology.
But technology will never replace people and their personalities. Like, it's just one of those things that even if you get a good body double or stand in,
Sure.
like Carrie Fisher's daughter, Billy, is never going to be Carrie Fisher.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter how much
even though
she
she's
might-
Carrie's daughter. Right.
Yeah, she's just not going to have the same attitude, the same stance. The way we're talking, like with Harrison Ford, just the way he conveys himself, the way he stands, the way he walks. I mean, you can study somebody, but it's always going to be a copy. It's always going to be a counterfeit. And I don't really think it's doing, in my opinion, I don't think it's really doing the actors justice to keep them alive through technology. Because you're taking away the quality of acting that they lived and studied for like their whole lives, and you're like, well, we'll just fabricate it, we'll just CGI it, we'll just put a body double in.
I'm with
And
Tabitha.
to me, that takes away the quality of the work and
At
the
that point,
effort.
what do you need humans for? Just
What
generate
do
a
you
bunch of actors
need
via
for?
computer. It's like the movie
And-
Simone,
They've done
as
it.
awful as that movie is with Al Pacino. Has anyone
So-
ever seen that movie Simone? It's kind of like that. He completely generates an actress out of nowhere, and
Yeah,
it's
It just
I don't
takes
want to
a
go
quality
there.
level down,
Yeah.
you know.
As someone
It's
who
just
loves
not-
actors, I don't want to see that happening.
I mean,
That's a
that
good
would be
point,
like them
Tabitha.
making
I would
a new John Wayne movie and recreating John Wayne. It's
Yeah,
never going to
why-
be the
I
dude.
don't want to do that. No,
Yeah.
It's not.
that's going too
You know,
far.
you'll never get
And
that
I-
person's autograph. You'll never
Clint
get
Eastwood.
merchant. Yeah. It
No.
just,
Yeah,
And I remember them talking about that in the 90s, about doing a brand new movie starring James Dean with that technology. And people were like, oh my God, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. I think, I think it's a novelty. But, they used it pretty well in Rogue One. You couldn't tell a story like that without, Grand Moff Tarkin.
I think cameos are okay.
yeah,
I think
Yeah.
cameos are okay.
sparingly.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
That
I
small
don't agree
snippet of
with-
Princess Leia was okay, but to have a whole
Right,
movie
that's
where she's
perfect.
in and out.
Yeah.
well, like with
cameos are okay.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
I
they
won't go any further than that. But
they did a really
thing.
good job, though.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, better than Star Wars.
That's all you needed. That was it.
They did
Dan,
a
that's just
great
because
job,
you're an
yeah.
Uber
did.
fan. You're just an Uber fan.
I don't think.
No, I love Ghostbusters, so they did it justice.
You know what I want them to do? I want the MCU to use the technology so every MCU since Stan Lee died, Stan Lee would be in it somewhere. That would be great.
That would
He's
be
the new
good.
Hitchcock.
Yeah,
Hitchcock.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, let me
That would be good.
let me
That
call
would be
let me
good.
call Kevin Feige right now and let him know about that.
We need Stan Lee back.
We need Stan Lee. Yeah, I think that would be good, and I think that would go along with what you said, Tabitha. Not replacing an actor completely, but just really kind of. It's almost like honoring Stan Lee at this point. Just to kind of have him. They started doing little cameos with him, and if they continued with that, I think that would be amazing. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
David, you got here, but what do you think about the rest of recasting actors like Harrison Ford to or somebody else to play Han Solo to continue stories?
Well, as my team knows, I'm a man of little words, and I would just say, let him die. That's it. Let him die.
Yeah,
Let him move on.
Yeah.
That's right.
I don't care for recasting an old cast. Just let that be. Let that be nostalgic. Let that be something that we love to watch and go back and rewatch. Why try to make it over again? To me, it says Hollywood has no creative ideas. It just they're like regurgitating what they've already
Said
done.
it, the well has dried.
So it's time to move on, in my opinion. Do something new.
Well said.
Well said.
very good, very good.
Because it's like I mean, when you
have one
rehash
opinion.
something, it's like glorifying the past, right? So like, I have the idea of I want to relive that. Why relive that story? The story is there for a purpose and a reason. You can
Sure,
go back to
yeah.
that, like which is
Add to
David's
the
saying.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like with the Harrison Ford movie, or what's the Han Solo movie? We didn't need to know where he got his gun from. We didn't know his last name. How he got.
Oh, I hated that part.
I mean,
The
that
fact that
was
they
just
changed his last name or whatever, that was stupid.
yeah, exactly. Now, if they would have made that more of a TV series like The Mandalorian, it might have been a little better, just because it's a
His
TV show.
misadventures,
Not not a lot of people are. TV shows are supposed to be a little lower than movies. So just I don't know.
Not anymore, apparently. Disney's like, not anymore.
Not anymore. We have to do it like a movie.
That's right.
Too funny.
It's where the real
Bro,
money's
you're doing
made.
a great job not saying hilarious, by the way.
Right?
I know.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Thank
give
you
it
very
to him.
much for that.
I
Thank you very much
I
for
was
that.
waiting
yeah.
for it, and he said funny.
You just jinxed it.
Now that's hilarious.
hilarious.
There it is.
I teased something earlier in the evening, a little trivia, and I hope you guys studied it up and brought your number 2 pencils.
Oh boy. Nope.
For
Right.
I've got 5 questions here. Tabitha's got her notebook ready to go. In a little segment we like to call Sentry Mode.
This is Sentry Mode.
All right.
I loved it.
Sentry Mode, our nerd edition. So we're going to let some folks in the chat also participate. But the people in the chat can give you guys some help if you need it. Chat, I'm going to ask these questions, but don't blurt out the answer unless one of our distinguished panel has raised their... you can do the Tabitha raise your hand thing and ask for help. But you guys ready? These are questions from all over nerddom. Here we go.
Man, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Desilu, the studio that first produced the original series of Star Trek, was owned by what 2 famous people?
Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz.
Woo! There you go. Very nice.
Was I allowed to blurt that out? I'm sorry. We didn't I didn't.
It's okay. Yay, Tabitha.
You got it.
Tabitha with us.
But you know what though? Didn't you guys do a little trivia just recently with you guys? So
I was on After the Weekend last night doing it, and we were kind of all over the place blurting things, raising our hands.
So that excitement carried over to tonight. So I'll let you slide on that one. But absolutely, no problem. Good work, Tabitha. 1 point.
That's right. That's right.
Question.
Team, everybody.
That's right.
Not just because I'm female, right, Dan?
That's right.
Question number 2.
Get buzzards.
What does TIE stand for in TIE Fighter?
Can I say it? Am I allowed
Go
to
ahead.
play?
Go ahead.
Is it twin ion engines?
There you go. Twin ion engine. You're such a nerd. You're such a Star Wars nerd.
Interesting. Nice.
All right. Question number 3. Who wrote the original Tarzan?
Oh, Edgar Rice Burroughs.
Nice. Tabitha for 2.
Big
Woo-hoo,
fan of
Tabitha.
Edgar. Big fan of Edgar.
Man.
John Carter of Mars. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one, too. Question number 4, and I'm glad, Tabitha, I'm glad you took out the comic books earlier this evening because this is an X-Men question. And you don't have to, well, bonus if you answer with all of the answers here. Who were the original members of the X-Men when the comic was first published?
Oh, man.
Beast
Cyclops.
was one of them. Cyclops, yeah.
No.
Was it- Yeah.
Was it Cyclops?
Well, I just watched a podcast about it, and then it
And
was.
there's six of them, by the way.
Yeah.
Professor X.
Is that a given?
He was the leader. I don't know that he technically was an X-Man.
Is it
Because he
Iceman?
was the X. Yes, here we go. Cyclops, Iceman, Jean Grey.
Jean Grey, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's like right there.
It's that other guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Other guy and
those
that one
people would
dude.
help.
What's, I want to.
Use the chat room,
I'm
use the
trying
chat
to
room.
think back in my childhood.
Was
I
Beast one of them?
literally-
Silver Surfer, one of them, or no?
Lifeline.
Did you say
for some
Silver
reason-
Surfer?
Yeah, yeah. Because
No.
I remember seeing like a.
Johnny Quest.
No.
You know what though? You might be thinking of another character that's kind of shiny like Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
I just gave you a hint.
yeah. That's who I was thinking. I can't think of his name. He's the.
No, Matt Vader, not Shaggy.
He's the frozen guy,
He
right?
said Johnny Quest.
Shaggy. Yeah.
Iceman.
Iceman.
Angel.
All right.
Yeah.
Angel, that's the one that was missing. There's one more that's missing, and you guys said Jean Grey, but Jean Grey was not part of the original X-Men lineup.
Right.
Really?
Later.
Yeah, she
Oh,
came
wow.
later.
She was on Gold Team.
What's that?
I'm going by my knowledge of the animated
Shapeshifter.
series right now.
Yes. Is it the
Shapeshifter.
shapeshifter?
Oh, what's her name?
No,
No.
the blue dude wasn't there yet.
No.
Night Fury.
The girl.
Nightcrawler,
not
he wasn't there yet.
Girl.
Mystique
No.
wasn't there yet.
No,
Oh,
no.
Mystique
The
wasn't there?
the guy
Okay.
shapeshifter.
The
Nightcrawler?
guy
He
she.
wasn't. It wasn't him.
No, not. Nightcrawler's not a shapeshifter. I forget the
that's right,
guy's
he
name.
can-
Blob.
No. But he is
Oh,
a shape.
God.
I can't remember. Can't remember his name. But
I know when
there is
he's
a
going
guy
to say it, we're all going to go, ah.
My screen's all messed up.
Right, exactly. Be like, oh, I knew that. Oh,
Yeah.
It's funny when I wrote down the answers. This last one that everybody's thinking of is not what you guys are thinking about, because I wrote it down. And I'm like, really? And it's a female character.
That's right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, we're missing one of those female, and I can't think of her name. I literally watched something earlier about this, and I can't think of her name.
Oh wait,
Marvel Girl?
there you go, Marvel Girl.
Is that who it was?
Girl?
Yeah,
Matthew, are you
Alright.
cheating? Are you looking at a screen? I see a reflection in your glass.
it says X-Men on it. Steve Giblin in the chat says Jean Grey was there but had a different name, and I wonder if that's
Yeah.
Marvel Girl.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
that's what it was. That's why
We'll
I said
have
Jean
to-
Grey,
we'll have
because she actually
Yeah,
the name switched.
Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, Phoenix. She's got issues.
names I do.
Yeah.
That is too sad.
She's got issues.
She just needs a hug.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to give 1 point to everybody on that one because everybody
All right.
said different names. So there we go. All right, question number 5,
Huzzah!
the last question in our Century Mode Nerd Edition. What were Peter Parker's parents' names?
The Parkers.
Karen.
Really?
Mr. and
Parker.
Mrs.
Dad.
Parker,
And Mrs. Parker.
Mom and Dad. Tabitha, I'm taking away 1 point for that.
I'm not wrong
she's
though.
still
But
winning.
Wow.
oh, you meant legally? Oh, okay. What was their
Okay,
legal
can
names?
Can we
Okay.
say the uncle's name?
Oh,
Ben?
Aunt May and Uncle Ben. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
man.
No takers.
Peter Senior.
I wanted to say that
No,
too for some
he
reason.
wasn't
but
a
it's
junior.
not.
No, he wasn't a
He wasn't
junior.
Was he in the Amazing Spider-Man movie?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't remember if they mentioned. I know he was mentioned in some. Oh, and it wasn't Martha. Damn it,
Not
That took away
Martha.
from
Why?
Martha!
Come on.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that name?
Every mom should be named Martha in any comic book.
Every superhero, right? Every superhero mom should be Martha.
Martha.
Or Mary. Something simple.
lazy writing.
Well,
Lazy writing.
Tabitha's getting half a point for Mary.
Oh.
Mary Parker. Mary Parker was mom.
Mary Parker. Wow, good job
Yeah.
for guessing that.
Yeah.
Did I guess it, or did I just like use my
You-
powers?
Spidey
Did I-
senses.
Used yours.
Your spider
My spidey
sense.
senses.
All right, Dad's name. Anybody? Any other lucky guesses?
Dylan.
John
Bobby did.
Bueller.
Dylan. Dylan Parker.
Bueller.
How about Bob Parker?
Why not?
Bob?
Bob.
Bob Parker.
Going once, going twice. Bob, anybody?
Dean.
Dean.
You know what? Matt Vader says Ethel
Paul.
and Richard, and he's half right.
So
And I know he's guessing because he has no idea who the parents are for Spider-Man.
Oh, so I'm guessing Richard? Dick Parker.
Parker.
Correct.
Parker?
Richard and
Sure,
Mary
now
Parker.
Now that you know the answer, Dan, you can guess all you want.
That's right.
Exactly.
Dick Parker. I knew it.
But that doesn't go with the whole, the first letter starts with a P, the last name starts with a P.
Oh, that's right.
It
yeah,
He
that's
wasn't the
messes it all
main
up.
character.
Mhm.
That's why.
It doesn't matter. It should have been Paul Parker.
Paul
Yeah,
Parker
for that.
and
Paulette.
Penelope.
Yes.
Penelope, yeah. It's funny because DC does the same thing. Lois Lane, Lana Lang.
See?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's so weird, though.
Lazy writing.
There you go.
Lazy Lane.
Or is it creative?
Exactly.
Lazy Lang.
Because
Yeah.
you're
Could be.
limiting yourself. If you think about it, it's a creative tool because you're limiting yourself for how many names you could use if you make them both to start with the same sound.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
That is
rolls
genius.
off the tongue back.
That is genius. Well, I would like to announce that Tabitha is the winner of our Sentry mode, but just because.
I'd like to thank
Yeah.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, Big Tobacco, Oil, for getting to me where I am today.
Oil?
Oil, yes.
Like oil?
Shell Oil. And
How about avocado oil?
Pharma. Big
Big
Pharma.
Farm.
Yeah, Big Pharma.
You know.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Can't do anything
right.
with pharma.
And all the haters that said I'd never get to this point in my life where I could guess Mary Parker.
It's true.
That's pretty good, though. Out of all the names, you guessed
Maybe I didn't
correctly.
guess it. Maybe I absolutely cheated. We don't know. We'll never know.
We'll have to find out.
I totally cheated. I researched all the questions before I came on.
You know, you did. There's
proof.
proof. There's
was
proof.
that?
You took out some comic books earlier this evening, so I saw that. That's good.
You rock, Tabitha. Thanks for being the only one that knows anything in our team.
That's right.
That's why they really got you on the team. They needed a smart person.
There you go.
Needed
That's
a real
what-
nerd.
Oh, well, I tried.
Smart
Well,
person.
let's just sing that Christmas song. Dahu dore, dahu ore.
Let's hold hands, everybody. Anybody? Okay. All right.
That's my favorite Christmas song. I can sing along with that one.
Right. The lyrics aren't too hard.
That's awesome.
Good.
Very nice. Very nice. Excellent. So, I want to thank you guys for joining us on this wonderful little get together here at the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. Did you guys have fun?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This was great.
I wish I
Yeah,
was on
absolutely.
time, but life happens.
Yeah. Hey, thank
Life
you.
David
definitely
missed our
happens.
singing portion.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and see Tabitha hum Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
right. That's right.
And sings some Bon Jovi.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Straight to the heart. Very nice. Let's go around the room and tell folks where people can find you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Who
we starting
with? Wants to start.
Yeah.
Okay.
you go first.
Let's
You're
work
late.
our way backwards.
That's right.
Well, I'm David the Ghost, and you can find me on Inside the Booth every so often. I show when I want and disappear when I want. So that's how I work
That's why
with
he's the
my
ghost.
brother and the channel.
Very nice.
So that's about it.
Very nice.
That's right. That's right.
You're next, Tabitha, or are we going up? Or are we going
Sorry.
across?
Yeah, which way are we going?
I'm new here. I'm sorry. Well, my name is Tabitha, but I do go by Dreaming Tabitha. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Dreaming Tabitha. Very consistent, and I'm an artist. I do chibi drawings. I do fine art paintings, and I've just recently gotten into some cookie sculpting here, making gingerbread houses and gingerbread gates, ginger gates over here, and all kinds of creative things that I can get my hands on pretty much. And right now I'm in a YouTuber series of chibi drawings. So I did like the Force of Light Entertainment ladies, and then I'm working on a secret special project right now. And
secret
Secret
yeah,
stuff.
secret
That's right.
stuff
Secret.
that I'm uber excited. It was based off of a dream. I had a dream about a certain YouTuber, and it was this awesome adventure. In the
had
end,
a
this
dream?
that's right, I had a dream. And in the end, this YouTuber had the audacity to tell me that the whole adventure was just a ploy to exploit my time with this person so that I could become famous. Even though we saved the world, It was all about me, and I've had it planned from the beginning. The nerve of some people. So I can't.
It's all about me.
I can't wait
So
to
humble.
share this drawing. Well, no, like they accused me of this after we saved the world. I'm like, just so that I could become famous. Jerk.
Now, did you tell
I-
this person in real life what happened? In your
I
dream?
did. I told them about my dream and said I think I'm gonna draw a picture based off of this dream. So I'm gonna release little snippets here in the next couple of weeks. I'm super excited about it.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Is your Stargate glowing behind
It
you?
is. I have a light. I have a
Yes.
light behind it, made with Jolly
Nice.
Ranchers and lollipops. So it's an actual
Very nice.
event. Well, event horizon over here. I went all out. What are you laughing at me for? That's science.
It's very clever.
It is. It's really cool, actually.
I like that.
What about you, Dan? How many more times are you going to see Ghostbusters?
You know, probably another 10, 20, you know. I've only actually seen it once, unfortunately.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Are you even a real fan?
I know, right?
No, I'm not. No, you know. But you can find me on
sure.
Inside the Booth, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can either follow Inside the Booth, but you can also find me personally. If you do find me, you can add me as a friend, and I'll add you. But I usually use Inside the Booth more often than none, because, you know,
Because that's where
just
it's at.
the thing now that I do that's better, I guess.
The action is.
Internet friends are cool, aren't they?
They are.
They are cool.
And don't forget, you can also find us at InsideTheBoothTV.com.
That's right.
That's right. Get yourself some merchandise.
Excellent, excellent.
Or Christmas
And-
gifts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Giftedizing. That's right.
Giftedizing, yes.
That's right.
What about you, Matt?
Matthew Peterson, and I do most of the behind-the-scenes stuff with editing their videos. So I usually go on their live ones when we do movie reviews. I'm a big fan of films. That's what I went to college for. So I love Criterion Collection. If you ever watched any of those films, they're fantastic. I think that tells a lot about how the structure of films kind of be put together back in the day, which I think we need to go back to.
Very nice. Very cool. Excellent. And Shanti, I'm going to change your name to Mary Parker.
Oh, God.
Just because. Just
No.
because.
No.
What else? My co-host likes to spread herself all over the place. I know that sounded weird, but sorry. She's also the co-host on. She's also the co-host on Alan's Press Play streaming studios. But we are also blessed to have her here at the Scarif Scuttlebutt podcast. Isn't that right?
I guess.
Are you?
Nice. That's awesome.
I guess.
Hey,
I like your background. Your background's
Oh,
kicking.
thanks. Thanks.
There's a story there. There's a big story behind that.
Ooh.
Search Elmo Fire in your GIF on your phone, and you'll see. And that was
That was her
her. That was her
costume.
Halloween costume. Yeah.
Elmo Fire?
Nice.
Elmo Fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
really
You'll
funny.
check it out. It definitely is.
Question.
Excellent. Yes.
Did we miss a question?
Are you raising your hand?
I was. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
don't knock it. I do that all the time. Don't knock it.
It works.
Having the started it, so you know.
Yeah.
Well, I think I skipped that one because
Okay. I was just wondering.
yeah. I think we're
Dan's like,
next
I
time we'll.
studied all day for that answer.
I know I studied all
Yeah.
day for
Come
this.
on, man.
But we'll pick that one up. We'll pick that one up next time we have you guys over. We'll add two more. Sound good?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good.
And we had a wonderful group in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us on Extra Techie Deli Cuts, Quick Cuts. Not to be confused with Cam Ray's Quick Cuts, talking about steaks and turkey meat. It's a whole different show. But thank you very much. Awesome. We'd love to have you guys over again whenever we can coordinate this wonderful group of people here. And thank you very much for joining us. Thank you in the chat. Shanti, would you like to take us out?
Sure, and that's the scuttlebutt.
Woohoo! Take it away, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Tabitha, I'm going to play one more video for you to dance to. Talk to you guys later. May the force be with you.